This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
The Missouri Valley Conference honored its past last weekend at the league's annual Hall of Fame induction ceremony in St. Louis during Arch Madness. One of those honored was longtime UNI track and field coach Chris Bucknam. Here's a special video tribute for one of the best coaches of all time, Chris Bucknam. From 1979 until 2008, Chris Bucknam built the track and field program at the University of Northern Iowa into a national contender. A total of 85 All-America distinctions, Bucknam sent 146 qualifiers to the NCAA championships and produced 3 national champions.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Chris Bucknam is Bucky's got what I call mojo. He's the type of guy that he has it and then he gives it to his athletes. He'll be the first to tell you that when he was at UNI, he wasn't able to necessarily recruit the blue chip athlete, you know, the Tyler Mulders and the Joey Woodies and the Jacob Paulies. But once he got those kids here, he made them believe that they were good. And those 3 guys were national champions. He motivated you to the extent where you wanted to perform day in and day out for the guy. Bucky was so passionate about the sport. He flat out came to work every single day with an attitude that we're going to get better, and you have to understand that you can be a national champion.
Bucknam guided the Panthers to an astonishing 35 Missouri Valley Conference titles, including a string of 9 straight MVC men's indoor championships from 2000 to 2008.
The bottom line is the conference championships are always your first line of defense. They're always, in my mind, the most important meet of the year. It's the school, it's the league that your school's aligned with, and it's the meet you have to win. The national championships are important. There's no question about that. The string of All-Americans competing at that level, but there's nothing like hoisting a conference championship, and the Missouri Valley is a great track league, well respected, and to win as many as we did, it was certainly it was by design. Okay, that's where you can get the most people involved in a championship.
A man who has done so much for the University of Northern Iowa, the Missouri Valley Conference, and the sport of track and field, Chris Bucknam coaches with passion, class, and a deep desire to bring out the very best in every student athlete.
When I first came to take my official visit here, I knew right away where I was going because of Chris Bucknam and Lynn King. Those 2 guys, they were not only my coaches, I looked at them as mentors. In some respects, I looked at them as my dad away from my dad. They just had a way of making you feel like this is where you need to be. And whether I was good coming out of high school or not, that's for them to determine. But they made you feel like this is where you need to be. We're going to make you better. We're going to get you to where you want to be as a track athlete. And so I owe a lot to Chris Bucknam. And I think a lot of the track athletes that ran under him would tell you the same exact thing.
You know, I just go back to the relationships again, and that's really, when it's all said and done, that's what I cherish the most. I mean, the titles are great. I love it. I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't have an ego. I do. But more than anything else, it's the athletes and the coaches that I've worked with here, not just in track and field, the coaches of all the sports. This is a special place. Proud to be a Panther.